Hello and welcome to the Mentor Maya 7 YouTube channel. We are here once more in our business of looking for exceptional people, exceptional Africans to talk to with the aims of inspiring other Africans to greater things, to bigger ideas, to the possibilities that we have. As we have said it before and keep saying it, we strongly believe that obtaining skills is what is going to help Africa. The degrees are no longer working. And we cannot keep crying over unemployment when there is something we can do to change our economic situations. There's something we can do to change our situation, period. And we're not going to depend on the government. We're going to take this thing into our own hands. So welcome once more. Right now I have two amazing professionals here with me. I've had the privilege of working with them before. And it is with confidence that I invited them to this platform, and I am grateful that they said yes, displaced themselves and left everything that they had to do to be here. So I'm going to allow them to present themselves and then we'll go from there. Okay, welcome to you both. Thank you. All right, could you introduce yourselves, please?
Okay, my name is Buji Efficient Shom. I'm the founder of God's Wisdom Fashion, and I'm based in Tico. That's where I operate. Thank you.
Okay, welcome.
I am Asitek Helen Ebuka. My brand name is Lady H from Limbe.
All right, you're welcome. So I'm happy to have you both. And I would like, could you give us a little background about your training and when did you decide, at what time did you decide that you wanted to get into the fashion business and how you got trained, like the length of time and when?
Okay. It began back in 2006.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 2006. Actually, I began with building. Yes, building was the first thing I started with. I did it for 6 years.
Okay.
So doing it for 6 years, I had a series of challenges. Like I had unstable health. So it resulted to the fact that it was due to the hard work I was doing.
Okay.
So I happened to live with a neighbor that was doing fashion and design, or a tailor. So when we discovered that I was constantly sick because of the hard work I was doing, and the best way for me to be healthy was just for me to stop the work. So we decided that, my father and I decided that, okay, since that one is not favorable for me, I will have to join him and then I'll learn from him.
Okay, your father was a tailor?
No, my father was a builder.
A builder, okay.
Yes, but we had a neighbor that was a tailor.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So that was how I joined him. Initially, we started by, he will beg me to go and clean his shop. Yes, since I was always in the house, and for my father, and I said, okay, I will join him, and decided that. So, actually, growing up, I did not think of being a fashion designer or a tailor. Yeah, I did not think of that. But when I started going, in the place and being with him, I developed love for the thing, and I started putting interest, and before too long, I was already doing it. And my speed was amazing to him because I met people who have been there for about 2 years, and at the end of the day, I was the one teaching them some things that they were supposed to have been teaching me. Yes. So after 7 months, unfortunately, after 7 months, I left him because we we had some misunderstanding
Okay.
that resulted to him talking to me to the extent of insulting the family since we were living in the same compound and he knew our situation.
Okay.
So I could not bear that since we're in a very, we were working in town and he had to do that openly and in a marketplace like that. So I could not just bear it. So I left him, and then I stayed back home for about 5 years.
Okay.
I went because I left him. I went back to building. After 5 years, I decided that I was going to. No, it was not up to 5 years. I think it should be 3 years. Yes, 3 years. Yeah, 3 years.
Okay.
After 3 years, I decided that I wanted to complete the work.
Okay.
So I went back to him to see my same boss.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We raised money. I went back and paid him for 5 months. So I worked with him for 5 months. Within that 5 months, when I began, it was moving smoothly. But before the 5 months were over, we started having issues again. Yes. And again, the shop had been it was fragmented. Like he had a section where he worked alone, and then there's another section where we carry out production.
Okay.
Which means if you know how to do a particular thing, you stick to that particular thing and you are doing that thing every day.
Okay.
You don't have access to new things.
So, yeah.
Yes. So after the 5 months were over, that was how I left the place. And then fortunately there was a guy that he employed and the guy was working with him and he was paying the guy. So when the guy would have his personal work, since he had a machine in the house, he would call me and come and help him and do the work. Just like that. Then later on the guy established a shop and then he called me to assist him. I assisted him for about 5 months. Then went back to building work with my father, acquired my first machine, started working in the house. And then in 2012, after I had worked in the house for some years, 2012, I joined one lady and we were paying the shop together, and then the bills and everything. So after 2 years, I left the lady and I was on my own. I started my own shop. Yeah, so that is just how I managed to be where I am today. Yes, but I believe that everything I've achieved today is not because I learned the word, it is the grace of God and the gifting of God to me, yes. Because if it were by virtue of learning, I should not be proud to say that I learned that work. Yes. Because if you look at 7 months and 5 months,
Yeah.
it's not enough time for one to learn a trade like that because it's not an easy craft.
Yes.
Something that needs good attention and time.
Yeah.
Yes. So
That was a journey, even with fragments in between. You didn't learn it in a stretch.
yes.
And even if you learned it in a stretch, I don't think 12 months should be enough, as you said.
Yes.
Okay. And with it being fragment, like you said, his shop was partitioned. So one person does not follow the process all through. We just do a little part
Yes.
of it. So did he have apprentices
Yes.
to train them and send them out, or just to train them and work with them?
He had, I don't know his intentions, but he had apprentices, yes, that he was training. Yes. There's one thing that I did not mention that is very, very important because of that training that made it very tedious. And it's the fact that he does not explain anything. You learn by viewing, you learn by just seeing what he's doing. You know, there are good teachers that will take time to explain everything step by step. But there are people that they can just do that, they can do the thing exceptionally well, but they don't know how to explain to you. Yes. And that made the journey like kind of difficult. Yes. So if there were some things that that I needed to know.
Yeah.
And it was challenging for me to ask him. I would just keep them to myself, trusting that someday
You will discover.
I would discover them. And a lot of things were done by assumption. Yes, a lot of things were done by assumption. Like for instance, I would say that okay, if you want to put a zip for the trouser, it's 7 inches. How is it 7 inches? No explanation. You just know that it's 7 inches.
Right. Take it like that.
Take it like that. That is how we met it. And that is how we are passing it to you. You see that, so it made it was kind of challenging. And from the time I was with him, there was a lady that had been with him for 5 years. Yes, and even when you look at the quality of work that she was doing, it was kind of not reflecting the time that she
had spent.
Yeah, so I actually didn't know his intention and why partitioning the shop. Yeah.
All right, Mr. Booker. Walk us through your training, please. And at what age did you decide that you were going to learn how to cut a plain cloth of material, put it together, and come up with something wonderful?
Okay, into my I began my journey when I was 16.
Okay.
I knew I wanted to be a tailor. How did this come about? As a child, I had a friend, she's of late now, Delphine Mampo. She and I, we used to play each other. I would do her hair, she would do mine. We would not spend anything as children. And then if we go out to sew dresses, I realized that I'm paying 3,500 francs CFA. I'm paying 4,000 or 5,000 as a child to sew something because I love to dress responsibly since when I was a child. And I said to her, I said, no. I just realized that I can do my hair with 500 francs. Then you go, you rule your hair, everything you style for 500 francs, but you have to pay 3,000 or 4,000 francs for a dress just to sew after you got your material. So I thought, I said, no, I want to go to that area. Because I cannot be spending that money like that to do. So that's how I went to my mom. I told her, I said, Mama, I have to do tailoring. I don't want to do hairdressing anymore. So it was a struggle because my mom didn't have money to pay for me to do tailoring. I remember one day I had to stay and not eat for it to happen. So she told me, I don't have money, but we need to go to the farm and dig cassava. I remember I had to carry like 3 times on my back just for her to go to the market, sell and raise money to send me to town to go and learn. And thank God I went to his shop. A man, he passed on last year, Mr. John. He was a very good teacher, a very nice man. I met like 11 other apprentices there. We learned, he taught us a lot, and just like him, shockingly, now I'm beginning to realize that if this thing is in you, from the first 2 months, it will show up. They will see it. Just like him, some of the people that I learned with, they are still aware. Maybe they will watch this video, they can testify. As a new apprentice, I could put the zip perfectly. When those who have been there for a year, they could not do it. So I knew this is something I really wanted to do, and I put my head into it. I did it with Mr. John for like 1 year, 8 months. Yes, after 1 year, 8 months, I went out of the shop because it wasn't easy learning from him also. I remember when we were in the shop, then learning, we created a uniform for a school. That is the new uniform for comprehensive national college, the gown that they are wearing, we designed, I think 3 different designs, and then they pick what they wanted. So our hands were always choked up, and which is good. If you are in a place you want to learn and you're always having, yeah, it's very good. So after that, after working with him for 1 year, 8 months, I left his place and I decided to, because it wasn't easy, at times I would trek from Karata, where we grew up, to the shop in Gardens, just to learn. Yes, just to learn.
How many minutes straight?
It's a lot, maybe 2 hours.
Wow.
Yes, maybe 2 hours. At times you trek like that, no food, but you need to learn.
Wow.
Yeah, at times my mom will manage to pay the transport to go, but to go back home, I have to trek. So I finally left his shop. I joined the CDC, just like him, going to do something else. I worked with CDC Nursery for a while to raise money. While I was working with CDC Nursery, I went to Unique's evening school to try to open my head a bit, because tailoring is book work. If you don't like book, don't go for tailoring. So with Unique, I did my little thing there. I came out. In Unique, I met another lady who also trained me. How did I meet her? We were on the same bench, me never knowing her. When I go to the boss's office, they will call me Delphine. If she goes there, they call Helen. So she came to the class and like, who is the Helen here? And finally we met, and then
You
we
look
became,
alike?
yes, very alike, like twin even, like twins. So she told me she's a tailor, and I said I'm a tailor also, but I'm not perfect. I don't really know what I'm doing. She said you can visit my shop, and I went to her shop. It was a blessing. It was a blessing. She taught me a lot. Because she has the Nigerian experience. When it comes to tailoring in Cameroon, we know that we are rising now. The Nigeria, they have been there. So she had the Nigeria experience I did not have from my former patron. So I submitted to her and I learned for like 1 year, if not 1.5 years, for free.
No pain.
For free, no paying. But if she's watching this video, she will tell you I was a committed helper. I was committed. I told her I will help you, I will do anything. You don't need to pay me, because I came with a little knowledge. You don't need to pay me, just help me with paying the transport, because it was still very difficult. And she said I will do it. At times she will buy me food, she will do, and I learned a lot from her that I cannot pay. So my dear, I appreciate everything you do for me. Thank you.
That's the story. Oh my God, it's making me emotional. Wow, the dedication and the sacrifices just to learn.
Yeah. And I remember when I wanted to leave her, she was weak. She said, you cannot, because she will go to Nigeria and leave her shop with me. It's not easy to trust people like that. She told me, since you have a machine, please don't leave, just bring your machine. Come and put it in my shop. So we work together. Don't go, things will be very hard for you. And I said, madam, I've been testing it. Let me just go and test this water and see. So that's how I left her. And I got my own place. And I started.
You got a place, you didn't start from home?
I start from home. No, I didn't start from home. When I went to her, I'd already started doing crash at home. So me leaving her is going to look for my own place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
To look for my own place.
You already had some customers at home doing basic stuff.
Yeah.
And okay. Wow. Mr. Booker, can you tell us the challenges you had once you opened your own shop? What type of challenges did you have? Financially, how did you plan? Like, how did you raise the money? Looking for a good place? What type of things did you think about, like strategical place where you have business, or did you just get the first location, depending on the price, and then what were the challenges you had generally?
Ah, thank you, Mr. Maya. I had a lot of challenges coming from a home with no money, from a family with no support. It's not easy. I appreciate my parents. They did a lot for us with the little they had. So I'm grateful for that. But getting a place wasn't easy. I I remember I was working at home and somebody close to me, I don't want to mention name here, this video, and the person said to me, go and look for a place, come back and tell us, we'll give you money to pay, and then you pay us gradually. So I went, I looked for the place, found a place in the market, in the new market, Limbe, and when I came back for the money, they, they did not give me the money. They did not even give me, they did not even attend to me giving me the money. Thank God I had somebody in my life then who loved me then, let me say. So he just came into my life that period. Still, I'll not call the name here. And this person said, I've seen you working from home and you are talented from what I'm seeing. I don't want you to remain in the house. I want to support you so you can get a place. And then I said, yes, thank God, you are welcome. I went up and paid for the shop. And I had then just my butterfly machine. That's the only thing I had in the house. I struggled to buy an iron and to make a table. And I had maybe 5 materials at home, customers' materials. So opening the shop is another thing, and getting, as a child, I'm very confident. I don't know, maybe I'm shy in other areas, but when it's my business, people can tell you I don't joke with it. I know what I want and I know what I'm giving. One thing my customers will tell you is the way she's polite to us. When I have one, I tell them, you are the reason why I eat, you are the reason why I pay my bills. So I don't play with my customers. I keep them, I'm nice. My apprentice is, you don't have the right to treat my customer badly if I'm not there. I really allow them to attend to my customers if I'm not there, because I don't want somebody to get angry and go. It's easy for them to come, it's not easy to keep them. And if they get angry, they go. How do I eat? Yes, I cannot eat so.
Like you were not here, but we had this discussion today.
Okay.
We had the same discussion about customer service being polite today.
Yes. My bishop's wife was once in the shop and then she told me, she said, I did not know that you have this patient. You are attending to 5 women at the same time and you are not angry. Because women is not
Women
easy
as
to
men,
yes, they are very
imagine.
difficult, yes, to work with. It's not easy. And they want their things to be perfect.
Yeah.
So you attend, this one wants to buy, it's not okay, you need to adjust. This one is fitting her dress, the dress is not okay, you need to attend, but you are still keeping this composure. You need to be happy even when it's not working inside. So it's not easy. It's not easy, really.
Wow, that's amazing.
After I left the shop, went back to my building work because that was my initial work, like I earlier said.
Yeah.
I acquired my first machine. I think that was a small single machine. So I was working in the house. I worked in the house for about 3 years or less than that, and I joined a lady who was also doing the same thing. And then we worked for 2 years, and then I left, and then I established my own place.
Yeah.
Yes, so that was how I started. So um, when I had my own place, I that was when I faced series of challenges because I had to go back to school. So I went back to school. So I would work from sometimes I'll come at 4 a.m. in the morning, work to right up to 3:30, I'll close and I'll go to an evening school. So I did that for 3 years and I wrote ordinary level and I succeeded. And then the next year I went in for advanced level, I wrote and I succeeded. So you can imagine the work. And by the time I went back to school or I opened my shop, I had already secured my own house, my own small room, and I was living alone with. I was living with England, and sometimes my sibling to come and join me. And then I was also supporting them now in their own studies by sometimes buying them books and then doing some of the money handouts and all those kind of things. Yeah, so I had to pay my store rent, pay my house rent, and then pay the bills, and then I still for me pay my school fee and all those things. Yes. So it was kind of challenging for me. But since I have a picture of something in my mind, that was what was pushing me to just ignore the challenges and then just keep going.
That's amazing. It actually is impressive. Very impressive. I hear a lot of determination. I hear a lot of focus. And I hear a lot of focus on your vision. Like there's a vision you have. And it's funny that when somebody has a vision, that vision is for you. It's your vision. The people around you, even the closest people to you, they don't know it. And even if you explain it, they don't understand it until they see it. You see, because it's your vision. Yes. So that's amazing. Miss Ebuka, how did you get from opening? Before I ask this question, let me say it. She taught me how to sew for some months, okay? I saw her work.
She drove from Boya to Limbe to come and learn from this little girl.
When I came to your shop, I told you I was learning sewing now.
Yes.
She was my teacher.
Wow.
And you know the amazing thing? She did not charge me.
Wow.
How many people here in Cameroon would know that you came from the US, okay? You drive in this big car to come and learn from them, and they won't charge you a dime. But they'll teach you.
Instead, when people see people like that, they want to exploit them.
Exploit them. I asked her, I said, how much would you charge me? I want to learn. Because I was in clothing business and I did not like the results. And a lot of people advised me that I should learn sewing if I want my results to be good.
And in that, sorry to cut, in that, at times she will come and pick me, please, I need you to come and help me check the work the girls are doing, check the zips. At times I will climb on the machine and teach them how to do it all for free. Oh. You just reminded me I did that. Yes, you see.
So how did you get from that, opening your first shop, to being someone who sews dresses for models, for
It's Cameroon.
Miss Africa competition?
Yeah, it's Cameroon.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Miss Southwest, when was that? Is it 20? Was it 2020? Miss Southwest, I made the dress that she used to win Miss Southwest. She was very grateful. And then I wasn't as, my hands were not as blessed as they are as of today, July 15, 2024 that we are talking. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was such an honor to work with her. Adama, we have a very good relationship. My work, getting the shop doesn't solve the problem. Putting in the work, learning every day.
But you're learning from who?
No, as you do the work, you learn. You go to YouTube, you look for videos on things that you want to know, you learn. You look for people that you can ask questions on what they know and what you don't know for you to be able to learn and pick from them.
So even just accepting that there are some things you don't know or some things you need to improve on is even the first step.
Yes.
Because some people just know the basics and that's it.
No, I don't know. Right now, I'm still on tailoring. If tailors are doing on 100, I'm like on 30, where I am right now. I've not arrived. I'm nowhere now. I'm on 30. I'm hoping to learn more to get there. I'm not there. I've not arrived. But I thank God for those who believe in the little that I'm doing for now, who trust me that I can handle the little projects that they have. I work with brides I did not believe I work, and I've done dresses that after I saw the result on the pictures, and I'm like, God, who did this? Was it me, this little girl? So if you see the little post I post on Facebook, I always say, thank God for the works of my hands. It's not me. It's God. And I remember most of the brides, if I have a big project, because I call my brides big projects, because I demand a little more than you take for the normal dresses, yes. I will always hold their hands and will pray. I said, I pray I will not be the one to spoil your dress. I pray I will not be the first person to make you unhappy. So I always pray, yes, with the brides. If you are close to me, you come to my shop. I said, before we start anything, before I take the measurement, let's just pray for the project. Because when it comes to marriage, the dress, the bride's dress is the first thing. From the traditional designing, the church and the reception. And like most brides now, I even did a wedding dress for somebody.
I think I had wedding dress discussion with you before, yes?
Yes, and what you have not seen my works. You are not, yes, what I'm doing now from when you came to me.
It's another level.
It's not that much, but it's amazing how we've grown. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tailoring is dedication. Total dedication. You asked how I've grown from when I opened the shop, and yeah, those who are around me, some people are even angry. Guys, I'm not married. I'm 38 and I'm not married, and I'm so married to my job. But I need a husband and all. I'm so married. I'll leave my house at times at 7 in the morning, and I'll leave my shop at 10 in the night. There are days I've left the market at 11, even 12, and then they told me, are you not afraid? I said, I'm afraid, but I have to do my job. I need to satisfy my customers, my work before anything. If I go home and sleep and I don't sew those dresses, I may not eat. I eat from tailoring, I pay my bills from tailoring, I dress up from tailoring, I get my hair and every other thing from tailoring. So my work must grow by the grace of God. Firstly, I love God. If you love God, you do your work diligently. You are steadfast, serious in what you're doing. I think you will grow. And people around me can testify if they watch this video. I'm one that does not play with a job. Yes, play with a lot.
So if you love God, you're diligent in your work, you will grow.
Yeah.
You need to be steadfast.
Yes, be open-minded
Not
also to
jumping.
learn and take corrections, because it's not easy. It's not easy because with tailoring, people will come and describe with their head, not bringing a pattern, and expect you to enter their head and understand exactly what they are thinking about. And they expect you to bring out the dress the way they want, the way they are thinking in their head. Not knowing that I'm not in their head. So it's not easy.
Great.
Yeah.
And you, my dear Mr. Bougie, how did you get, like, I didn't know you before. I came to you by recommendation. I needed to do dresses for my husband, and I came to you. Somebody said, oh, there's somebody here, and brought me there. And I was immediately blown away with the parts suits you had made. I saw the seams, the threading, the sewing. I saw the other ones you use like large stitches to hold together, and the ironing. And the ironing, even before you see the finished product, the way it's ironed, I'm like, huh? And I've been to your shop, I think twice. Tries to order more, but tries to place orders, I think. And the products were really good. Yes, the products were really good. So I'm wondering how you, and apart from the products, the customer service, the reception is always good, it's warm. Yeah. Yeah, the reception is very warm in your shop. And it's a lot of apprentices, you have a lot of apprentices, but even so, you still manage to keep everything under control. So how did you get from somebody who learned only for 12 months and now you are producing amazing things?
Wow.
Let me tell, when I pick up your clothes, you know what I like to look at? The thread, how the thread is passing through the
I really love that observation.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. I think it is all by the grace of God. I must say that it is all by the grace of God. I don't know, I cannot actually explain it. But one thing I know is that I trust God for every single step on the way. And I work with the mindset of perfection. That is to say, if I do something today, if I want to do the same thing tomorrow, there should be some change.
Yeah.
So I work with the mindset of perfection. So all the time, I'm constantly checking, is there a fault somewhere? How can I get a solution to this fault? And I will look for possible solutions, and then I will get the best out of it. And then I will apply it. If it does not work well, I will still keep searching till I get the best. Yeah, so it is all by the grace of God. Even like others, many people consult the YouTube how to videos, but I discovered that I constantly improve even when I have no phone to access those things. Yes. And so I was, let me say, trusting God and being consistent and having the big picture in my mind, looking at the finished products in the market and desiring to have it more than the finished products that I see in the market. Because there are finished products that I see in the markets that when you look at them, the finishing is not still the best. And so I want to have something that is better than that. And now, so that gives me a kind of direction to constantly improve. To constantly improve. And so when I'm working, I'm just working with the mindset of perfection. And that is the same thing I keep telling my children, that work with the mindset of perfection. Because that is how you will grow. Permit me say that tailoring is.
Do you mean children or apprentices?
I call it.
This is a video because children people may think, yes.
No, that's
yes.
right.
Your students.
Right. Yes. And so when I was opportune to now lay my hands on a phone that I can access how to videos on YouTube, so I could once in a while I go there to pick up some videos and just observe what others are doing. Yeah, so I will just observe, and then I will pick out some few things from there. Some type of I could also identify some of their errors, and then I'll point it out to the apprentices, and I'll say, look at this because of assumption. This is where this fault is coming from. And then I also try to study and understand what I'm doing, not to work with assumptions. So I started looking for few materials that can best explain what I'm doing. And so that helped me a lot in production, and it makes me become more and more better every day. Yes, and I must pause here to say that fashion and designing or tailoring is a school that you don't graduate from.
Yeah.
You keep studying till the day you will close your eyes,
Yeah.
or till the day you decide that you don't want to do it. Because every day new designs are coming up. And you yourself, you don't just need to sit there and just digest everything that has been created by others. You need to create for others to also copy from you. You don't just copy everything. You have to create.
Yeah.
And in order to create, you cannot just create from nowhere. You must begin from what you've learned from others, and now you bring in your own ideas, and then now you come out with something different. And so sometimes when I'm watching, when I'm searching on Pinterest or YouTube, I'm looking at what others have done. I am looking with the mindset of where to innovate, where to improve, where to create, where to adjust. So I'm always like solution oriented. I want to see fault, and then how can I fix this fault and all those things. So that helped me a lot to constantly improve.
Yeah.
Every day.
So let me attack you guys a little bit. When I say you, I mean your profession. As professionals, we, the customers, we have a huge problem with tailors. One problem is almost never is your work finished on time. Almost never. And don't take it as it's not my experience with YouTube.
Yeah.
But we generally, we know it, we even sing it. Time. Like, and then we wonder sometimes, why do you keep taking work when you have so much work you have not done? And sometimes you don't understand, you have so much work, and you see somebody sitting and relaxing. But at this point, I must say that I understand that even though a tailor might have so much work, there's sometimes you need some downtime to calm your mind, because it's also you use your mind to produce what you're producing, and you cannot just work 8 hours straight, because you have so much work, 10 hours straight. So now I understand it. At first I didn't, but you guys, you don't finish your work on time, and you keep take new projects. Meanwhile, old ones are there for months. Secondly, there's a lot of mis-sewing, clothes being spoiled, a lot. Sometimes it's a dress that needs to be lined, and the lining is hanging one part of the dress up, or one part the lining is showing from behind, and it's a lot of issues. Zip placement is a lot. Why do you guys think so? Why do you think projects, or why do you think your professionals like you, tailoring designers, they take projects when they still have work to do?
Okay.
And why are the products? Why are the products mostly bad? It's difficult. It's difficult to see a good product made. Most of them are not up to par. Why do you think so?
Okay, Mentor Maya, this one is a really good question, and it needs to be addressed for real.
Yeah.
Firstly, on why we take so much work and we cannot deliver on time. I don't think we tailors we have a lot of problem on that. Most times it's the customers. A customer will come to you and you say, please, I am booked for this week and next week. And the customer says, I'm not leaving your shop if you don't take my material. I don't know any other tailor. Even when you direct them to another tailor, they tell you, I want only you to please do my dress. You know that I've not been sewing from anybody else except you, so please just take. And then you take the work, you put it there, estimating that I will do this and this and this from Monday to, let's say, Friday. And then in this our area, boom, and you take their light for 3 days. Yes, no light, you have a lot of work to do. How do you do to please your customers? Like last week, I was working on a bride's dress from the traditional to the court and the reception. So I took light from Limbe for 1 whole week. Yes, 1 whole week. How do I start? There are laces that you cannot sew on the butterfly machine. You will not carry. You need just the high level machine to sew it. How do you go to the other machine and start paddling to sew that piece? So I started talking with her, conversing. Okay, now, if I was supposed to do her work last week, because she's getting married this week, and then I had other people's work to do this week, because there was no light, I need to push her work to this other week. So the other people, they need to go ahead. So with us, we tell us we are not really bad, at least our customers. We love you. We love you when you come to us and we tell you that we have a lot to do. Please listen to us and you understand. And then you try to beg Enyo for us because Enyo is also killing us. We need to light. Without light, we cannot do anything. We can even sew the dresses and then there is no light the whole day to zigzag and iron. The dresses he has to wait. They cannot do anything. You cannot wear it. For example, this material that I'm wearing, if I even sew, you cannot wear without zigzag because they try to come out all. You cannot. So they must sew the zigzag and then the iron before you take. Please, can you remind me the other question? I think
the other question is, why are most dresses spoiled? Okay, they don't come out right.
Okay, like I said in the other question, I am not perfect. We are working to perfection. If you come to a tailor, for example, most of the time I tell my customers, this design like this, I cannot achieve it. It's not everything that I see or everything that they bring to me that I can do. Most people accept what they cannot do. Most people accept what they have not learned, what they cannot finish. And not just that, some people don't want to pay the right money to do what they have. So they go and look for a cheaper tailor and then they brand all the tailors as incompetent. Yeah. So I think that's what I can say about it. So not all tailors. If you have a certain degree of work, look for a certain kind of person and give the work to. If you have a kind of normal thing, you can look for the normal one that you can rush.
I didn't expect those answers. I didn't expect those answers, but I must say, it's almost changing my mind. Okay. Or either you are good at protecting your profession, or the answers make sense. I don't know.
So you get some opinion. Maybe I'm just a lawyer for the tailors. Who knows?
Just to add to what I said already. Truly, sometimes the problem will be coming from the client. Sometimes they insist that you must be the one to do my work, like you did. And sometimes when you tell them that you are tired of your hands are tired, it becomes a problem. I've had that as some challenge. Because some people want me to personally do their work, they don't want to take it elsewhere. And they will try to blackmail you. Yeah. They will tell you that you should remember the number of years they've been operating with you. Have been the only showing their addresses.
Yeah. They make feel bad.
Yeah. And sometimes they say maybe it's because you've seen maybe bigger customers than I am. That's why you are selling it away now. You see that? And then at some point you will calculate and you say, okay, if I have to manage, if I have to add some time, Maybe if you are planning to work 12 hours, you can say, okay, if I extend my work to 15 hours, maybe I may catch up and I will create space for this client. And then now, in the course of that, you discover that you have other things that will set in that you did not think about. Like the constant seizure of life is so I don't really know how I can really put it. Yes, if I say it's a big problem, it's not the right word for me. I don't know how I can put it. Yes. So you discover at the end of the day, you become frustrated. You are not able to. Even the work that you were supposed to do before you do this, you are not able to do it.
Wow.
But I think on the other hand, we also have a problem, a big one.
Okay.
Yes. Because there are some people that they don't care about, at some point, they don't even care about what you are telling them. What their minds are focused on the money in your pocket. They want to get that advance that you need to do. Yes. And so their minds are just focused on that money. They don't care about whatever you're saying your song. They have something to tell you when you come. But me, I don't operate like that. Yeah. Me, I always think in 5, 10 years. You see that? So sometimes the problem does not just come from us. We all have a problem. Yes. And again, one thing that has caused the population out there to think that we are this bad is the fact that there are a lot of people in the field who are not serious about what they are doing.
Yeah.
For instance, if someone comes in now and give them 5,000 for an advance for work, the next thing they think of is to sit in the beer parlor and consume it. And when they consume it, they go to their houses and they sleep. And the time will come for them to pick up their stuffs and then they are not there. Now a client may come sometime now and he says, "Efficiency, go to the zigzag and bring that dress," and he knows very well that
there's no dress at the zigzag.
Yes.
Hey.
So I will leave the shop, go and sit there for a while, come out, say, "Sir, I went there." And
they are not zigzag.
Sometimes the client will come in and say, "Sir, this is my fabric here, you've not touched it." And he will say, "No, that's another client's fabric."
Wow.
Where is my dress at the zigzag? That's the honest truth. But there is no dress at the zigzag. You see that? So from the experience that I got from my boss, I could say that part of the problem is coming from us, coming from people who are not serious. Yes. And again, the second question you talked about, work just done anyhow. Yes. Some of us left the shop like I did, and they just went and opened their shops.
Yeah.
They care little or nothing about perfection. They care little or nothing about growth. They care little or nothing about improvement. And so, what they cramped at the shop, that's what they are reproducing. They are not improving. They are not improving. They are not doing anything. They are doing one and the same thing over and over. So, when people are not serious, at the end of the day, they will only give bad image to the profession. And when they used to say that one cocoa destroy all the
Actually.
So they will now bring the picture to everyone, but everyone is not like that. If my clients who will come in contact with this video, they can attest to the fact that when I say 2 weeks, it will take an extra force to shift me from 2 weeks to 2 weeks plus 1 day. When I say 2 weeks, I know that Inyo will take their life. Maybe I will have a challenge I will need to attend to. I will need to attend to my parents. So in that 2 weeks, I've calculated all those things. And now, one thing I also do is that I plan my work in 2 weeks intervals. Yes. So I have my to-do list every day. I know that as I'm getting to the shop, this is what I'm doing. I have to finish this one. When I'm done with this one, I need to pick up this one, and sometimes I allocate time to them. You see that? So I'm so intentional.
because I want my 2 weeks to be 2 weeks. I want that in my recommendation, they should be able to tell others that that man, when he said 2 weeks, come in 2 weeks, he will make it. Or he will call you before 2 weeks. That's it.
So let me ask about apprenticeship. How much, if a parent wants to bring it, or if a child has interest to learn how to sew, from the time they start, how much do they pay monthly, and what period, what length of time would you comfortably say, if the person is average? We know that there are people who learn very fast, some people learn very slowly, but if the person is average, do you think after 1 year, or do they need 2 years to say that, okay, now you can confidently open your own shop? And how much should a parent or a child tell the parent that will need this amount every month to pay for my learning, for me to learn how to sew? How much do you charge? Generally, not your particular shop, but around what range a month?
I don't think I can talk for others because people have their fields. Like he's talking more of suits. Yes. I'm doing women generally. I do a little of men, but I don't go to suits area. So the person that teaches suit cannot maybe price the same as I would do. So I cannot talk for others.
Okay.
But in my shop, in those days, I used to take 5,000 francs a month. And the least I take for the first month, for the first period is 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah, 6 months. But now it's 10,000 I take a month.
And how many months are there?
6 months still.
Still 6.
If you come for tailoring, I know that they are struggling. There are people I will even consider and take for. It depends. And there are people I'll teach for free. It depends on who is in front of me and how you place it.
Yes.
Usually on youth, like holidays like this, at times I go to my youths in the church. They invite me to come and teach on their workshops. Yes, I give free distance training for 2 months. If you are here, you know you want to learn and you are serious, because I don't want unserious people. Come to my shop, you learn for 2 months. And I had some, maybe I teach, I don't know, 2 or 3 other children the past year. Last year I could not because I lost my shop. Yes, but this year I've not, since I'm still, yes, trying to put things back together. So I take 10,000 francs a month. And after that, you can pay a year. After that, if you are serious and you are even helping the madam, I can leave you to just learn. But a time frame that I give, 1 year is not enough for anybody to learn tailoring. Tailoring is a big school. I've had children, because I teach, when it's a day of teaching, mostly I do my teaching when I'm cutting, because that's the main area. If you miss it in your cutting, you cannot sew it right. So you come with your book, I will draw on the dress with my chalk, and then you take your book, you draw, and then I give you notes how I was taught and how it's helping me. Because I had one apprentice who learned in one school in Douala. She came and challenged me. She said, I cannot take the note the way you're giving it. I cannot take it the way you're giving it. I'll take it the way I learned in school. I said, that's why you don't know anything. Because from the school you came here, you are zero. Yes, I have to teach you the way I learned, the way I know, for you to understand. So 2 years to me is good. Learn, take your crash, the 1 year, from the next year, with the little you know, you yourself will better your understanding. And then madam can trust you and start giving you, like me, it's not easy. Before you bring your child, I tell you, every week at least, in those our days, we'll buy materials for 200 francs from how do they call it, Fiperi, and when we do something. And I tell them, I will always buy for 200 for free. I saw something for a child and go and give it to the mother to bless. And then the mother now bless me with 500 francs. So I have money now to buy a bigger material. Yes. Just to learn, just go to people, man, do you have a material that you want to sew kaba? Take it. But now their focus is money. If you begin with money, you cannot go anywhere. I did not begin with money, I begin with saving. You have this. Let me just spoil it for you and then for free. Yes, I spoil a lot for people. For free. Yes. I wanted to learn. Yes, I wanted to learn. And then they understood what was going on. So thank God for all of them. And Kelly and all the rest. I thank you people. Yeah, for trusting me in those days with your this thing. If you have not been buying and practicing, I don't give you people's dress to practice on. The highest I will do is I cut. If you know how to line it, if you don't even know how to line it, I will not give you. You will sit and watch. They need to give you money on materials. I remember 2 years ago, I had a friend abroad. When he talks with my children, maybe Sunita, they know, he will say, okay, another learning is money. Take the 7,000, buy a wrapper for them, give them, let them learn. You need material to learn. You cannot send children. It's like you are sending a child to school and you don't give the child books and pen. So what do you expect the child to learn with? People's dresses? No. If I give them people's dresses, I'll kill my business. Yes, I'll kill my business. So give them material for at least 6 months. Madam will start trusting them with something little in the shop. And by the 2nd year, you'll be doing my work. You'll be doing my work. And I have not had a child who wants to learn for even 2 years. The little they know, they want to go and do their own. They want to open. They want to open. So mothers, if you are sending your children to go and learn, it's a school. The money part will come. Yes. The money, there is money in tailoring. If you are ready to work, the money time will come. The gain time will come. Advise them to take their time and learn. Be patient. Be patient. It's not easy. It's not easy. When I'm correcting, it's not very easy. Now, you cannot talk to anybody. They are untouchable. Yes. You cannot talk to anybody. So you cannot come with that kind of mentality and you will not learn. Yes, you will not. You will not learn. You will not.
You don't have to mind that many alternatives. You are not ready to. You don't want to respect our vote.
Yeah. And many years down the road, you'll still be on that point. That's the truth. Same point. That's the truth. Same point. That's the truth. And for yours, how long do your apprentices need? But they don't all come for. Do they all learn how to make suits from you?
It depends on them. I tell them if you want to learn it, you can learn it.
Okay.
Yes, but if you don't want, it's okay.
All right. Yeah. But if they are not learning suits, what are they learning then? Just
they can learn the trousers, the African wears, the shirts, the jackets, and some female stuff, because I also do a bit of them. Though I don't always have time for that, but I take time to teach them. I tell them to bring their fabrics, and then I teach them. Okay. But we don't concentrate so much on that. Even though we have some ladies that we must do their things. Okay. Yes, and we've done a lot of stuff for traditional marriages and all those things. Yeah. And so those kind of, when they recommend, they say, go to him, tell him that he must, that he should do it. He don't say. Yeah. So we will be forced to, just because of the sake of the recommendation. Yeah. So normally, from when I started learning, we were paying 3,000. Later went up to 5,000. And now some people are still taking 5,000. And some people are taking 10,000. Yes. And some people take 10,000 and more. Yes. But for me, I have children. I've trained a lot of children for free. And I also have children that when they come and they are struggling, I tell them you have to pay 10,000 francs. So when they pay the first installment, and the child is proven to be serious and the parents are struggling, I will simply call the parents and tell them that they should not bother so much about the money. When they have it, they can bring. If they don't have but they should focus on encouraging the child and giving the child the necessary support that she needs or that he needs to go through the process. Yeah. Yes. And for those who are coming to me that are already bosses, that they need to perfect something, their own fee is always different. Yeah. Like 15,000. Like.
Would you guys still advise people to be learning sewing now with the influx of second-hand clothes, first-hand, second-hand clothes.
Yeah, that's a very good question. Thank you so much for that. When I get into already made suit business, I discovered that many people don't have suit sizes. Somebody will come, I have my size is 48. You put a 48 suit on them. The sleeves are very long. The thing cannot even button. You see that? Another person will come, my size is 50. You put size the 50 suit on him, the thing is long like Kaba down there. And then the sleeves may be okay. And sometimes it may button up, but the shape is very funny.
Oh my goodness.
So that was an answer to a question in my mind. Why are we doing this when Chinese is constantly producing? Why are people coming that we should customize them suits when these people are producing? So when I get into that business before I discovered that. And so with that, I will say that if you can run to learn it, run with everything in you. Yes, run with everything in you. Because it's a good thing. And you will always have people who will need your services if you are competent.
Yes.
You will always have people who will need you. And again, you want to learn it, run and learn it, because we must always sew uniform for children. They will not bring a Fiberi uniforms.
Yeah.
Or Fiberi uniforms. They will not bring it. You will have to stitch it. There will be funerals and people want to do yes. There's a lot more. There are some particular colors that people want and they cannot have it.
Yeah. Yes, really.
Colors like this sometimes it's difficult to see colors like this. And even if you see them, the combination will not be
what you want.
yes. And so when you want to get something like that, you must customize it. You give your choice of color and then the kind of combination that you want, and then they do it for you with your perfect measurement, and you're good to go.
Wow. Do you have anything to add to that?
Maybe a little.
No.
Mothers, if you have your child, be it a boy or a girl who wants to learn tailoring, I will advise you to send them very fast, like my colleague said, very fast. Fashion was born. Fashion is still creeping. Fashion is learning how to walk. Fashion will grow tall.
It's not going anywhere.
Fashion is not going anywhere. Live from the red carpet, do they just go and buy? No. Tailors in America make the dresses. The dresses that they wear from live from the red carpet comes with very good tail, very long train. If they bring it here, I cannot wear the same dress because with me, maybe it will not fit, it will not be on the train. We will need to follow the pattern there and do our own train. And especially in Africa and Cameroon, fashion is rising. Fashion is rising. As a designer, a local one at that, me, that's what I'm describing myself. The little I have done, I have friends who are educated, who works, they don't have what I have. Yeah, they don't have what I have. And for those who know me, I don't live any kind of life that you say I'm getting money from. No. I get my money strictly from tailoring, from designing people's dresses, but being constant. So don't people should not minimize our work. Please send them. Tailoring is rich, designing is rich. Thank you.
Right. So, what are the future plans for growth? What are the future plans for your specific careers? Do you have any? Mr. Buka, could you tell us?
When it comes to fashion, I said, if fashion is on 100, I am on 30 right now. It means I still have 70 to go. I have not done anything yet. We have really, really big designers out there. One that I admire so much, Vicky James, and the others. In Nigeria, they are doing very well. So I'm not ending here. I'm not going to expose everything, but my people know that your girl is planning to go somewhere. By the time I'm back, I'll spoil you guys.
Wow.
Yes, I'll spoil you. I as your tailor, I'm not being perfect doing your work. I don't want to end where I am. I plan to go and bring the best to Cameroon and to do more better.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, it's always sweet to hear that people want to go somewhere and bring it back. This is our fatherland.
Yeah.
Africa is our land and
Yeah.
we deserve the best.
Yeah, and Cameroon especially is our own. We will have to make the world proud of Cameroon.
Wow.
We will have to make Africa proud of Cameroon. It should not just be Nigeria, Ghana,
Yes,
no.
yes.
Cameroon is rising up. We have a designer there in Yaoundé. They call him, is it Douane or what? I follow him on Facebook. He's doing well, but he's not a Cameroonian. I think he's from Nigeria. So I want Cameroonian designers rising up and is taking our flags up.
Yes.
And by the grace of God, I think we'll get there. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Okay, what about you, Mr. Buji?
Like I keep saying, the picture is big. Yes, it's big. And I would say that I have not even started. Looking at the industry and the people that have gone ahead of us, you see that when you look at them, when I look at them, I personally say that I have not started.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a lot to do. There are things that I need to create for people to see.
Yeah.
Yes, and I need to bring up young Cameroonians who will do incredible job when it comes to this. And because of that, I have not started.
Yeah.
And so I have a lot of plans in mind to train others and to be trained myself. Yes. Like I said, fashion is something that is learning that never ends. Yes. So I have a lot. Like I have one of my mentors in Nigeria. He has been calling. He said I need to come over and visit him and procrastinating, which is not a bad thing. But I'm looking forward to do that. Yes. And I have a lot of big pictures that I wouldn't want to expose them as well. Yeah, because it will be very bad for you to say something and maybe unfortunately I'm not paying for that and you don't do it.
Yeah.
Maybe people will take it and throw it at your face. Yeah. So I keep trusting God for the process and I believe that it's going to be something amazing. So to my beloved clients, I want to say that you think that you've seen the best, but I want to say that we have not started.
Yeah.
I have a lot for you. Yes. And like I said, until I have dressed all the kings and queens, I will not have rest.
Okay.
So that's why I said I have not started.
Do you guys have Instagram pages? Like you want people to follow?
Yeah.
What are your links?
Yeah. I have an Instagram page. With my Instagram page is God's Wisdom Passion. But if you just type my name, so you could even get it.
Okay.
Yes, and then I have Facebook page, God's Wisdom Passion, and I also have a personal profile as Buji Efficiency. I have a YouTube channel, even though I've really neglected that one, and I've not really create content to put there, but I'm looking forward to that.
Okay.
And then I also have a TikTok page. Yes. That I showcase some of those things there. Yes, my name is there, and the same Buji Efficiency.
Okay, as for me, I'm very bad with social media. I have my Facebook page, which I rarely post my work as a designer. I rarely post. So it's Eboka Helen, just Eboka Helen. Instagram, Eboka Helen, and that's it. But I rarely post my work. I promise I'll start posting after this. Is embarrassing to say. Yeah.
All right. It's okay. Thank you both for coming. It was a wonderful decision, and I must say I was surprised by your level of dedication and the sacrifices you made, especially at the beginning. Because when I asked and I saw what you went through at the beginning to learn, I can see that the learning was, you had to sacrifice to learn. It was not just easy. It's not just like, okay, here is a machine. You just have to cross the roads and learn. Like you didn't have to sacrifice much. There was money. Okay, we'll just pay for you to learn. And no, there was a lot of sacrifices financially, physically, suffer hunger.
Yeah.
And you know, it was intentional, like I want to learn. There was that eagerness, that hunger to learn. I wasn't expecting that. I thought it's just those type of things you just get up one day and say, I'll go over there. I'll be there for 1 year, I'll learn and finish.
At times, I'm sorry, I know we are wrapping up, but let me just say this because she mentioned hunger even when we did not really emphasize. At times, I was so hungry from work, trekking back. Dad will pass through states on Nara, and in the night we have to touch their mangoes. We just bite even when, because they were low, and yeah, you will just bite even when it's green, and then the water will burn you here because you need energy to trek home. So it's real. The sacrifice is real. If you want to do it, if you want to make it, in whatsoever you're doing, put your heart in it. Tomorrow you eat. Today I can eat chicken. If I want to eat chicken now, I eat. If I want to go to Bukaro, down beach from here, I go there, I can eat. I can pay for my food even for 10,000 francs now. But I remember I used to eat unripe mangoes, yes, to fill my stomach, just so I could walk home. Yeah. Learning.
So that was one thing that stood out. The other thing that stood out was, from talking from the both of them, we realized that if you start learning and you show dedication, even if you're lacking now the money to pay, or if you're hungry once in a while, they don't mind that you can come and continue learning because you've shown dedication, you've shown seriousness.
Yeah.
They wouldn't mind because of money to say that no, you cannot continue your course.
Yeah.
You have to stop here. They will still allow you to learn. And sometimes they could still be in the position to give you something to eat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the important thing is your dedication.
Yeah.
So even for parents, don't look like, okay, this is a 2-year training, how do I pay for it? Just calculate maybe the first 6 months. I have the first 6 months. After that, okay, and encourage your children in what they're doing. And their dedication and their focus will open doors for them. So, as we've said and as we've been saying, the way out for Africa is going to be through obtaining skills, period. The degrees, it's just going to help us apply knowledge to skills. But just the degrees, they are not working. They're no longer working. So even if you have degrees, even if you don't have degrees, our focus now is to encourage us to acquire as many skills as possible, or acquire one of which you're passionate in. Be patient, be determined, and grow yourself.
Yeah.
And unemployment is not going to be your story.
Yeah.
So, thank you for watching, and I hope this inspires you. And share it to other people that need the information, that need the encouragement. And we'll see you in the next episodes. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you next time.